As I continue to grow on my yeshiva journey and work on myself in a really deep way, there's something that has been coming to the surface that I'm realizing, and that's that my desires, the things that I wanted, are changing. I've learned that the desires we have, the things that we want more than anything, the things that keep us up at night, our passions, all of those things, in Hebrew we call it rutzon, all those rutzones, they're filtering through our bodies, through our values, through the things that were programmed into us by society to care about, like materialistic success, trying to become famous and having a bunch of validation from the world and getting honor, respect, all of the sorts. One of the Pirkei Avos, which is the ethics of our fathers, or like the highest level values of how we can live our life, is the three things that take a man out of this world, or a woman, but three things that take a human out of this world is jealousy, lust, and honor seeking. All three of those things have I struggled with a lot in my life. And when I attack all of these things head on, comparing myself, being jealous of other people, all that stuff, it completely shifted what my goals were. I used to want to be this like billionaire with a net worth of $150 million. And it's not that I don't want to be massively successful, but I don't want it for my own benefit anymore. Keep listening to that voice inside, but be aware of this. This is my wisdom to you. You might not be chasing what you really want. And when I say you, I'm talking about your soul, your purest form. We're corrupted by our environment. We're corrupted by what people tell us to care about, that we get distracted by what we actually want. And you need to clear out that gunk in however way you can. Right now, I'm all thousands of miles away from what's happening in my family and my friends' life, in like just everything. I'm just in this bubble, in this cocoon. It's allowing me to clear up that gunk and see, what do I actually want? Maybe what you think you want is not what you actually want. It's made me realize how so many people end up in a place that they could have never otherwise imagined. Not just because the how got in the way or the plan to get there got in the way, but to know that your vision is impacted by who you were the moment you set the vision. When I was 15, when I was 18, when I was 21, when I'm now 26, almost 27, that version of myself and the younger succeeding versions of myself valued different things. They wanted different things. They're running away from different traumas, different life experience. So of course they're going to set different goals. But be okay that where you are right now is not necessarily where you're going to end up. Use the vision you have right now to put you on the way, on the pathway of pursuing it, but don't be attached to the outcome. You're going to be surprised that the journey is going to take you in a way that you could have never possibly anticipated. It sure has done that for me. No matter where you end up, know that it was supposed to happen in the way it did. Everything happens exactly the way it needs to. It's from a very deep spiritual place of just wanting to serve and help. Why? Because we were all made in God's image, and God is the ultimate giver. Therefore, our mission in life is to build our character so that we can ultimately give as well. And I have this energy and this passion to give and to contribute. That's what I'm tapping into. How can I build myself up into a point where I can give in an international way, in a beautiful way? But it's less about wanting the success for myself. And what's interesting about all of the shifting is that I've noticed my fears are vanishing, and I'm surrendering more and more to God and my purpose. Whereas my fear was, am I going to be successful? Am I going to make it? Is all of this going to work out? What if people don't like me? What if I say something that's stupid? All those thought patterns were because I was worried about me, the ego. In Hebrew, I, or the ego, is ani, an aleph. But one of the main missions in life is to turn the aleph into an ayin. An ani with an ayin is a servant. Ani is a full vessel. You don't have space for anyone else, and you're focused on yourself. But ani with an aleph is, there's something greater than me. I have responsibilities and obligations to something, a master, in this case, God. And if I don't become internationally successful, if I don't build the brand of my dreams, that's okay. Did I do my purpose? Did I live it every day? Did I give? Did I serve? Even if I'm helping one person privately in the park, or if I make a video and one person sees it and they needed to hear that message per day. But really, from a spiritual place, surrendering and knowing that every day doesn't have to be you're hitting the lottery. It's not about seeking pleasure anymore, because real life is not about feeling good all the time. Real life is about seeking the truth and accepting the truth and letting life happen and then responding accordingly. Another thing I'm picking up is this idea that all of my frustration and pain emotionally that I was experiencing and continue to experience is from attachment and attaching to a specific outcome, an image of myself, a person. I went through a breakup earlier this year. Whenever I let go of those attachments, I was liberated and free, and I felt like a different person. I know in my heart I'm meant for a big thing, and I'm pursuing it right now. In fact, I just got my first speaking gig out of state, and I'm really excited about that. It's going to be in August, but I'm not attached to the idea. If God wants me to do it, it'll happen. I've surrendered myself because I know that in one moment, your body can shut down. My body shut down, and I stopped caring about any of my ambitions. I just wanted to get through the day. And to know that every moment that you're breathing and you're not in pain and that you're healthy, right now I'm actually getting over a viral infection. Every moment that you're healthy is a gift. Every day you wake up is a gift. And I'm learning not to take anything for granted. I would take so many days for granted. I would be depressed because I was thinking I wasn't doing enough with my life. But just to breathe, to be here and to experience, that's the gift. And if you're out there right now and you're someone who's extremely ambitious, you're motivated, you're driven, you're staying up late, you're really going towards something, that's beautiful. When you have a fork in the road, you have to make a decision. The decision that you end up making, so long as it's truly deep down what you want inside with no regrets, the other decision wasn't ever meant for you. This is something hard to process. But once you've committed to that route, do it. One of my rabbis taught a very, very powerful idea, which is, what is wisdom? Wisdom is knowing what's important and what's more important. Life is going to pull you in many directions. There's going to be lots of important things to do. And you might have a situation when two important things are directly conflicting with each other. But being truly a wise person is knowing, out of those two things, what's more important? What's the thing I actually have to decide to do? You're not always going to be perfect. But when you make that decision, your will and God's will become one. And it becomes written. And from that moment on, you just keep going. My prayer to you is that you become the person capable of truly discerning what you really want in life. Because right now, you may think you know what you want, but you may not. There might be a different version of you waiting to come out. Sculpt that person. Become that person. The purpose of life is not to be the greatest jet skier, public speaker, whatever. The purpose of life is to become the best version of you. In a vacuum, there's no one to compare yourself to. We're all different, unique people with different, unique strengths. And you were given the cards you were given, not just your character traits and your strengths, your skill sets, but your family, the environment you were born into, the city, the location, the temperature, the climate. All of those variables were to give you a competitive edge and certain weaknesses to prevent you from steering the wrong direction. Tap into who you are, and that's how you're going to live the life you're meant to live. I'm starting to learn that life is so beautiful. I'm starting to ride life, surf it, turn off the GPS and just go on a drive. The more I try to control a situation, the more it's revealed to me that I had no control in the first place. Something I'm practicing is surrender, and just surrendering, not wanting to be any other way, but just seeing life for what it is.